Hi, I'm Pat Maher with AZEK Building Products. Today we're going to be talking about installing the AZEK Rail with our new improved hardware system. With the new hardware system, we've decreased the amount of time it takes to install, as well as increased the ease of installation. For the install that we're doing today, I'm going to be using the Premier product line, but the install will be the same for both the trademark and the reserve lines. Rail kits come in 6 and 8 foot lengths, 36 or 42 inch heights. Let's get started. First thing you should do when installing the rail is make sure your posts are in place. You want to make sure your posts are boxed into your framing on all 4 sides, fastened securely. Another option for installing the rail is to use our tallboy post mount system. With the tallboy, you can lag directly through the tallboy, right through your deck surface and down into the framing. We just ask that you secure the tallboy a minimum of 5 inches into your framing. Next step after your posts are in place is to cut and install your post sleeves. Make sure your post sleeves are a minimum of 2 inches higher than the height of your rail. With our newly designed post sleeves, we've increased the profile from a 4x4 to a 5x5 and included ribbing on the inside, which will accommodate any imperfections you may have in your posts. Our next step is to measure and cut our rails. Rails come in 6 and 8 foot lengths, so to achieve proper baluster spacing with a 6 foot kit, you'll need to cut 7/8 of an inch off your rails. When taking your measurement between posts, make sure your post sleeve is pressed up flush against your post, and then take your measurement. Once you have your distance, find a center point on your rail, measure out half the distance in both directions. This will give you equal baluster spacing at the ends of your rails. If you find that you're using a baluster as a center point, and when you measure out, your last baluster is too close to your post, you can slide your measurement over between 2 balusters. This will give you an extra 2.5 inches on the end of the rail. Repeat this for both the top and bottom rail. Then come back and cut your handrail. Cut your handrail about a 1/16 of an inch long. The next step is to mark the holes and drill for our hardware. First, we're going to start with our retainer hardware. Placing it on the retainer in about a 1/16 of an inch. Marking the holes. Doing the same with the bottom rail, using our bottom rail bracket. Set it in about 1/16 of an inch and mark those holes. Next, you want to pre-drill using an 1/8 inch bit to do a pilot hole. When drilling the bottom rail, be sure you just go through the first wall, not all the way through the rail. Starting with the retainer, we'll use the retainer bracket and a threaded plate on the bottom. 2 of the bracket screws. At this point, it's important to remember to set your drills on low speed so as not to over torque. Just want to snug the screws down. On the bottom rail, we have a spring-loaded threaded plate that slides into the install tool and then slides into the rail itself. The tool will slide out, leaving the spring-loaded plate inside, so you can snug it down. First step when building a section is we're going to install the swing brackets. We're going to cut one of our balusters 3/8 of an inch off the top of the baluster, put the swing bracket on top, and then using the screws provided, attach that bracket. Your job doesn't require you to use the swing brackets. Go ahead and start putting in your balusters. Then use the screws provided. Thread the screw through the retainer. Let the end of the screw find the baluster. Then let the screw pull the baluster into the retainer. Attaching the bottom rail, make sure the flat part of the rail is facing up and the plowed outside is facing down. Next, we'll mark and drill for the bottom bracket flange, using the bottom bracket flange and set screw from the hardware kit. For most locations, you'll install the bottom bracket flange 4 1/16 inch from the deck surface. For installations in Florida or Canada, mark to install the bottom bracket flange 2 1/16 from the deck surface. Make sure when you're marking mark that you drill through the post sleeve with the 3/16 drill bit into the wood post. Installing the bottom brackets, make sure the bracket is facing downward, as the bracket has an upward and a downward angle. Now we're going to slide the handrail onto the rail section. Once this is together, we can easily hook the entire rail section onto the bottom bracket flange. Now we just need to drill the top brackets into the post sleeves. Using a pencil, mark through the brackets onto the post. Now drill holes for the brackets at the same angle as the screws will be installed. This lets us attach the rail section to the post using 4 of the 2.5 inch number 10 wood screws from the hardware kit. You can see we've used the swing brackets on this section. It's allowed us easier access to the screws to attach the brackets to the post. Once you're done, swing brackets allow you to put the balusters back up into place, then attach with a set screw. To finish off the assembly, we're going to tighten down the set screw on the bottom bracket. Provide an Allen key that fits into that set screw. It's an easy fit, it's an easy tighten down. This allows you to snug up the bottom rail in case you have any gap down there. That set screw will pull it in nice and tight. To finish off, your top rail may be a little bit loose, may have a little bit of play in it. If that's the case, we provide you extra screws in the bag so you can drill up right through the retainer rail and into the bottom, to the handrail. I'll snug down that top handrail for you. Once you have that in place, finish off with post caps. And the two-piece post skirt which snaps together right around the bottom. Again, I'm Pat Maher. This was the installation of the AZEK Rail. If you have any other questions, you can contact us at 1-877-ASK-AZEK or at azek.com.